Welcome you all to this edition of the book club. My name is Abed Kivumbi. The book club presents Writing is the Way to Go. So let us look at the background. What is the book club all about? The book club is a platform for both readers and writers. We are based in Kampala, Uganda, that is in East Africa for that matter. We look forward to improve the reading and writing culture in Uganda, East Africa, and Africa at large. Because we are very cognizant that Africa as a continent, we have been regarded as people who don't read, to the extent that the Western world has come up with various quotations, for example, saying that if you want to hide a treasure to an African, then hide it in the book, because they think that Africans are not readers, which is the case. But as the book club, we look forward to improve ourselves by reading, by improving the reading culture on the African continent. We have been in operation since 2018, though became more active in 2020. This is basically the background of the book club. And this club was founded by Abed Kivumbi, the person who is speaking to you right now. At the book club, we believe that everyone has a story worth sharing on paper to impact one's life and add a value to nation building. Because if people come forward and start sharing their stories by putting them on paper, from one paper, two papers, 3, 20, 30, 40, 100, you have already come up with a book. That book can impact another person's life positively so that they can improve themselves. By improving themselves, you're adding value to nation building. That is what we are looking for. That is the book club. That is what we are all about. That is our goal. That is our target. Please be with us on this journey. Let us improve the reading culture. We go forward and we now go back to the theme of writing is the way to go. What is basically all this thing of writing? What should a person put into consideration before getting onto the journey of writing? And also, people who have been skeptical of writing, what should one put into consideration? Let's continue. We are going to be looking at why should one write a book. After that, we shall look at steps to becoming an author. After that, we shall look at benefits of writing books to a writer. Then we shall look at challenges in writing. Then we also look at how to overcome the challenges, and of course the conclusion. Please stay around so that we go through this whole content and make it a very comprehensive discussion. Welcome on board. My name is Abed Kivumbi. Please don't forget that. Why should one write a book, really? This is a question that most Africans have in their mind, that why should really one write a book? But as the book club, our role is to inform in the line of literary work so that people get out of the comfort zones and start writing and start reading. So, why should one write a book? To share knowledge. People are seated on their knowledge. It is like a hen hatching. They are there, seated onto their knowledge. Yet they can do this by sharing their knowledge to the world through a book. It is too unfortunate that people are dying day in, day out without leaving a book on earth. It is through this book that you will be remembered. See? Why? Because no one knows his or her destiny. No one knows when he or she will depart this earthly life. Therefore, it's best to prepare by writing a book. Share your knowledge. Someone may say, but really, which knowledge should I share? You have been in school, share that knowledge of the school. You have been into business, share that knowledge of business. You have been into a given problem, share that how you overcame that problem. You see, Africans have good stories. Things like female genital mutilation, things like poverty in Africa originated here. We can all write about this and overcome these challenges. Let us share knowledge through writing books. The other reason is that to discover who we are, the more you write, you will discover that indeed there is a hidden treasure inside you. When I was still in school, I listened to motivational speakers, and most the anthem that these motivational speakers could sing is "Awaken that giant in you." You will never realize how giant you are if you don't start trying. You start trying, you write a page, you write 2 pages, you write 3 pages. You will discover that at the end of the day, you have produced 100 pages. And for starters, 100 pages is a book for consumption. The other reason is to gain more knowledge. Because when you start on writing, you have to research about the topic that you're writing about. So it is through research that one is going to gain more knowledge into that field that he or she is writing about. Let me take, for example, you're writing about the oil and gas sector in Africa. That is a new concept on the African continent. And we have little literature about it. But when you dig deeper, you can discover more knowledge about it. And at the end of the day, you're well informed about these aspects. The other reason why one should write a book is because you can. You who is listening out there, I advise, I instruct you, please, you write a book because I know you can. Look at yourself. Do you think that people like Chinua Achebe, people like Okot Bitek, and so many others were created on planet Mars? No. They were born on planet Earth. They are Africans. You are an African. You were born on 2 planet Earth. There is nothing making them different to you. Please, you write a book because you can. I see you can write a book. The other reason why should one really write a book is to get an alternative source of income. You're not going to write a book and just donate it around. You're going to put it on market and it will be an income generator to yourself. So please write that book. Last but not least on this concept of why should one write a book is to add a new title to your name. You will be addressed as a writer or an author. Should I repeat that? You will be introduced as a writer or author. You will be invited on given occasion and say, we have a writer in the house. You know how prestigious that is. Let us continue. The only way you grow as a person is by forcing yourself to leave your comfort zone. Please, you write that book. My name is Abed Kivumbi. Let us go forward and look at steps to become an author. Now we have seen reasons why you should write a book. Now, what are those steps that one should take to become an author? There are 8 steps that I have come up with that can help one to indeed become an author. Let us go through them and see how one can indeed be defined as an author or a writer. For starters, everyone can write and everyone can be a writer. Therefore, if you're wondering how to start on the journey of becoming an author, try out the following steps. Number 1, educate yourself to become an author. By educating yourself, it doesn't necessarily mean that you go for a given course or go back to school. Learn the concepts. Listen to writers. Join a book club. Be in the know of how do writers do it, how do authors do it. Then by understanding their concept, by understanding their story, you can indeed define that indeed this is what I should take and this is how I should go about writing a book. Number 2, build the skills needed to become a best-selling author. Skills like research. An author should be a good researcher. An author should be a good time manager, because when you start on the journey of writing a book, please put it in mind that you're going to be distracted. A lot of time will be put onto your book and you will also have to run other businesses. So how you define on how you're going to go about it is through managing or being a good time manager. So if you don't have the skills, my dear, get away of finding those skills of being a good time manager, being a good researcher, and so on and so forth. You will be a best-selling author or writer for that matter. Then the other one is master the fundamentals of book writing. Fundamentals like editing. What does it take to edit? What does it take to publish a book? What does it take to market a book? And so on and so forth. Those are the fundamentals of book writing. If you understand that, then you're good to go. The other way is, or the fourth one, is to create a positive author mindset. Africans, we are civilized people, but to a smaller extent, some people have negative attitude about authors, about writing books. For example, I was discussing on a given forum, and people said, but is there even money in writing books. I don't know why people think that for everything it has to bring money. It has to bring a lot of money. Why do we put money first? Because these are only earthly pleasures. We shall leave them here. Please leave all those negative attitude and adopt a positive attitude or mindset. Then you are good to go to become a very good author. The other step is write your first book to become an author. After knowing the fundamentals of book writing and adopting the skills, then write your first book to become an author. It means try out, leave the comfort zone, like how we said in the previous slide. Then after writing, you publish your work to become a published author. See? Market your book to become a best-selling author. Everything should be marketed. Even if one is selling stones, that person should market them. The same applies to authors. You market your book. Social media is everything. Post on social media. Use all your social media platforms. Go for drives, attend seminars, attend the conferences. By doing that, you're marketing your book. And also, most importantly, join a book club and market your book. Then the other one is write another book. It means don't stop there that I've written my first book. I'm done. Please, the journey never stops. God has gifted you with knowledge. If God was able to gift you with knowledge to write your first book, why not? Picking on those pens, sitting down on a laptop and type another book. You're a very good writer. I remind you, my name is Abed Kivumbi, the proprietor of the book club. We are here to improve the reading and writing culture in Uganda, East Africa, and Africa at large. Jim Thompson said, the role of a writer is not to say what we all can say, but what we are unable to say. Those were the words of Jim Thompson. Let us look at the benefits of writing books to a writer. Please, if at all your ears were not functioning well in the previous session, now here is where you should have put a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. Let us look at the benefits. My name is Abed Kivumbi. Number one, please, look at this, look at this, look at this. Writing books is an easy way a writer can keep records. Take, for example, you're writing about a tragedy that you overcame. One of my good friends, Zoe Nakuya, wrote a book called not titled, but a story about being a single mother. And she's happy being a single mother. She's keeping the memories, the records of how she has been able to raise her 3 kids alone. Wow. That is a very good way of keeping records. Really? Look at number 2. Fame comes by to a writer through writing books. Fame comes by to a writer through writing books. The other one that we said, that a writer gains more titles. Someone will be called a writer, someone will be called the author. You'll be addressed with that title. You write a book, you will be known to the outside world. Look at this. A person's income increases by writing more books. You're not writing these books for formality. You're writing them to put them out there to market them and generate income for you. No one doesn't like a second business. So if you have this business of writing, it can generate good money for you. Look at this. One's circle of people grows. Before I personally engaged in this whole issue of book writing, my circle of people was limited to hobbies and hobbies. But as I speak today, I've been introduced to given numerous people, and it is these people that we talk to every now and then. You get to share ideas, so the circle of people you interact with increases or grows. Everyone likes that, and through these circles, things like stress, depression that people cry of every now and then in Africa will not affect you as a writer, because you have people whom you will be sharing with these problems. Please write a book. Look at this. Writers are often rewarded in numerous accolades for their stories. Every now and then you hear that a given writer was awarded this reward for being a best-selling author, for bringing out good poetry, for bringing about a very good story. That is, you will, in that manner, you will not get any reward if you don't write books. My name is Abed Kivumbi. We are writers, my love. We don't cry, we bleed on paper. Challenges in writing books. Editing while writing. The temptation to go back to the previous day's work and edit it until it is perfect is overwhelming. The problem with this is that a scene would never be perfect, because you can always think of new things to add or delete. What is the solution? Develop the habit of continuing where you left off. First thing, when you sit down to work, once you get caught up with what you are currently writing, you will be able to leave the previous work alone. The other problem or challenge, forgetting brilliant ideas. You are out with friends or traveling to work, and it suddenly comes to you exactly how to solve a plot program or problem. By the time you are done with whatever you are doing, the idea fades away to a blank. What is the solution? A habit of carrying a scrap of paper and a pencil on you should solve this problem. If this is too much to remember, just download an app such as Calmate and jot down your thoughts quickly. If you wish to be a writer, you write. My name is Abed Kivumbi.